Tomorrow I'm going to Toronto Game Expo, and if you keep watching this video, I'm taking you with me. This will be my third convention ever, and I didn't film my first two because they were really bad. And I'm hopeful this one will be better because it's not a first-year con, it's a relatively big event in a big city, so I'm hoping I'll make back my table, maybe even a little bit more. But yeah, we get started tonight because I've got to pack up my display and then I'm going to a city near Toronto so the commute is not crazy, and we'll load in 6:30 tomorrow. As you can see, my office is in a complete state as usual before Con Crunch, but I'll show you. I did update my display. I put them on the storage panels themselves to save us some arranging time during setup, so everything's perfect. And I've also updated my gachapon so it's really easy to read and it looks more appealing and more fun. Since the last time I showed... Are you done? Since the last time I showed you what I packed, I actually changed a lot of my storage. So this one here is a Pendaflex. This was the only color available. It's 11 by 17, so it holds my 11 by 14 prints. This one here, it holds all my 5 by 7 prints, so they're really easy to pull out. I've also got the same sticker shelves I was using in the past, but this time I got some 3D printed dividers so the stickers stand upright. This was working for a hot second until I started getting a lot more sticker stock, but I've got this like sticker book with individual sleeves, so all the stickers are flat and organized, but now you can see they're getting kind of bulky, so I'm going to eventually, again, have to change it up. These ones are my current stock, and then this is overflow or clearance. The stickers that will be in the gacha. Speaking of gacha, I've also got these little gacha coupons for the VIP members at Toronto Game Expo. So the people who come in first, people who have a gamer merch purchase, they'll be able to get a free gacha spin. The gacha is filled with my clearance stickers, basically the stickers that are not waterproof. They're still good quality, they're just not up to par with my outsourced stuff, my manufactured stuff. So I think this will be a really fun hit this time. It's like $2 per spin, so hopefully I can get rid of all of my stickers and change up what's in the gacha next time. I've also got a new banner, which is why this one is still here. But yeah, now it's time to put it all in the car, and I'm not going to show you that because this, you can see by the table being so messy, this is not going to be glamorous. Wait, but how am I actually going to get this in the car? I have no idea. Ooh. They have a giant Michelin Man, an angry one, and they're doing their best. It's so funny, look at it. Good. Okay, we've got here everything set up. It's 10 o'clock, so we're open for VIP admissions. I think it's going to be really slow in the beginning, but it's really pretty, all set up. At 11 o'clock is the official admissions, so everybody will be in. Hopefully it'll be busier because it's Saturday. Got a huge coffee because I basically slept 2 hours, and then we also got some snacks, Chinese bun, haichu, and of course, the classic Waki. Our neighbor never ended up showing up, but the exhibitor doors close at 9:30, so I guess they're just not here. We'll see if they're here tomorrow. But I feel like we could have displayed more on this side considering they're missing. I'm sitting here and I'm realizing those sparkles are upside down. And so are those. I'm part of this really cute stamp rally with KW creators. They actually hosted another event that I was at There I am, right there. They even gave us a huge printout of the sticker that's featured, and I had no idea that they were gonna do that, but I think it looks pretty cute. Okay, time for a check-in. It's a little past 12, well, rather closer to 1, and we're getting a lot of small sales, so gacha and stickers. We haven't sold any big things yet, but the stamp rally is absolutely popping off. A lot of people have stopped by, and I've given them their shiny gold stars. I was also low-key worried that nobody would use these coupons because they took so much effort to cut, but 2 people passed by and it actually convinced them to buy something, so yay! I was actually super surprised. We did get a big print sale, but it was actually the Tamago Sando and the Singing Miku, which is not atypical, but an original is, so it was really exciting. And actually somebody came by and they specifically wanted the rainbow cake pin, which is not a big seller, so I'm super excited by that. I also ran out of business cards because my new business cards didn't come in, so we managed to use the business card holder for the stamp rally. It's 3 o'clock and my partner alerted me that we have been here for like 8 hours, so the full day basically, but we still have 4 more hours to go. It's starting to really set in. The sleepiness has really set in. But I've officially hit 205 orders all time, so that's really exciting. Look, there it is. Don't mind the fingerprints, but look, there it is. The fingerprints are just evidence of lots of sales. Yeah. Gotta say, I do got the eepies. I really want to take a nap, so it's really important to walk and get the heart pumping a little bit. I'm officially down to my last 2 business cards, which aren't even business cards, they're thank you cards. By the way, this is what my new business card was supposed to look like. It would have matched my display so well, but you know, it is what it is. There's 2 more hours to the con, and I feel like it's pretty dead. I don't think it's gonna pick up anymore. It doesn't help that it is winter in Canada, so it's like crazy dark outside. So this is basically nighttime. We'll stay hype, hopefully, so we can get a few more sales, but this might be it for the day. To be honest, I thought this was the one con that this standee would sell the best at. So far, a lot of people have complimented it, but nobody has picked it up. But there's hope for tomorrow, because I think it's really cute, actually. Even if they don't buy, the ones that they make the comments on the most is Brazilian Miku, of course, Huntrix, and Cat's Eye. I completely lied. Somebody actually did buy something. They bought my rainbow singing Miku, but they actually asked me to sign it, which is like a really new experience. I totally freaked out and asked my neighbor for a pen, but they seemed happy with it, so I'm happy. There's 45 minutes left, and it's so dead that a lot of the artists are making rounds, so at least we're making connections and setting up things to buy for tomorrow when we've had a chance to be horizontal and we're not phasing out of existence, because today was a really long day. And yeah, we have 4 minutes left in day 1, and honestly, I just want it to end. We've almost made back the table. I think we're like a few tens off from it, so I think we'll be able to do it tomorrow. But for now, I really just want to be horizontal. Alright, we made it to the hotel, and this time we ended up in this super bougie hotel that was discounted because it was really close to Toronto Game Expo. I'm not gonna lie, I do not feel like I fit in here. This is way too bougie for me. Okay, it's day 2 of Toronto Game Expo. Honestly, forgot to record in the very early morning. We were mostly just doing artist trades, artists talking to each other. And then we got a few big print sales, which was really surprising. They immediately look at it and buy it. So I think there are people who saw it the day before. But I expect it's going to be a slow day because we're ending at like 4 o'clock. I did some art trades, and of course it was by Kate Jinx, of course, and Brazilian Miku. And the people who actually have made purchases today, wow, I'm really tongue-tied today, are Brazilian Miku, the sticker, Canadian Miku, Brazilian Miku, the print, and surprisingly, Yukata Link. Somebody immediately came up to it and picked it out, which totally stunned me because it's not usually a bestseller. Today, the kids are really liking the gacha. They're convincing their parents. And actually, I ran out of the mermaid stickers, so I used the little gacha note that's inside the little capsules. And I just wrote out with a little tiny heart to let them know it's gone. But most of the time, they are winning A because we have more stock of A. It's happened like twice this con where our prices were wrong in the Shopify POS. So we actually charged somebody the wrong price and they didn't get as much of a discount as I wanted them to. On top of that, somebody missed a free spin and I'm so sad. I don't remember who they are and I don't think they're here the second day either. I don't know what to tell y'all. There's a giant Kirby here. I feel too awkward to vlog at the table, but I had the cutest interactions. Somebody brought the Brazilian Miku, and of course they were Brazilian, so we had a cute conversation about Brazilian foods and stuff. I also had some Huntrix cosplayers come by, which was crazy. They asked if they could sew costumes based on my print, which was amazing. The highest compliment, I think. We finally sold one of the standees. Woohoo! I knew that this was the expo for it. It seems like this event, people really like to buy small things, but the standees are just at that price point where it's a little bit difficult to sell because it's the highest item that I do have. Oh, I forgot to mention, people are recognizing me more at this event from other events. And actually somebody passed by, they said that they watch my streams, and that made me really happy because streaming is a lot more difficult than making these videos. Alright, so we're back. It took us about 2 hours to get home from Toronto, so I couldn't film my final thoughts and give you the verdict until now, but we're still very much in a gamer mood. I'm drinking out of a Princess Peach glass next to our gamer collection over here. Luffy's sleeping on a Nintendo blanket next to the question block. She is very offended that I'm filming right now. So she's not a true gamer, fake gamer. So the final verdict is, I will be coming back to Toronto Game Expo if they'll have me. Reasons being, they were super organized, table cost matched the amount of foot traffic, and it was overall just a really fun time. I do have some notes from other artists. There were 2 events happening in or around Toronto at the same time. We had a really big one, Annie Revo, which is an anime convention that's coming from Vancouver. For the first time, it's happening in Toronto, so it's a first-time event, but I actually still applied to it and I didn't get in, which is why I ended up at Toronto Game Expo. Our theory is that Toronto Game Expo and Annie Revo basically split the anime convention goers audience in half. So Annie Revo was actually quite slow, and Toronto Game Expo, having been expanded for the first time in a bigger building, actually had lower foot traffic than they probably expected. I was expecting Toronto Game Expo to be my most profitable event of the year because at Aurelia Anime Fest, I made this much, and the second best event that I had was actually a small market where I made this much. So I was expecting to make upwards of $500. We didn't hit that mark, but due to the circumstances, I'm assuming that next year it will be much, much better. This is my first time at an event having over 100 artists. I believe this one had 300 artist tables with 6 more added on at the end. There were so many amazing artists at Toronto Game Expo, and something that I was really worried about for my first time going to a big con was the other artists. I was worried that my neighbor would be making more than me or their art would be better than me and I would be kind of jealous and insecure, which is maybe a concern for a lot of artists going to their conventions for the first time as a tabling artist. But what I've got to say is all the artists are so busy and they're doing their own thing, and when they do catch your art, they only have smiles and nice things to say. They're so uplifting, and if you run into a problem, you need a marker or you need help with your setup, they are there. They want to see you succeed, and it's honestly such an amazing experience. I really hope every artist gets to experience, maybe not tabling, but the amount of community and love shown by the audience and fellow artists. It's so nice. Genuinely, I almost cried. Anyway, that's what I've got to say about Toronto Game Expo. There were more pros than cons. Get it? Cons. So I hope to be back next year, maybe. Annie Revo might give it a run for its money. We'll see. I want to hear what other artists have to say. So if you've been to either of them, please let me know in the comments, or any other con experience that you have that relates, you let me know. I do have more events happening in December, but it's Canada, so you can imagine there are a lot of Christmas things and smaller local events that I'll be going to, but nothing of this stature, and thank goodness, your girl needs a break. If you like this video, you can go ahead and subscribe, or again, give me some comments, give me more. Our next one, I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but it'll be a good one. Bye-bye!